Welcome to the Moon. Well, almost. Welcome to the Moon is a flip and write game with 8 adventures which can be played independently or successively in a campaign mode. Welcome to the Moon has standard rules that apply to all the adventures and also specific rules for each of them. Let's start with the standard rules. Shuffle the starship cards and split them into 3 draw piles of 21 cards, number face up. Each player takes an adventure sheet and a dry erase marker. For the missions, follow the campaign book, or else, if you don't play in a campaign, take the mission cards A, B and C of that particular adventure. Each turn is made up of 5 phases. 1. Flip 3 starship cards. At the beginning of each turn, the top card of each draw pile is flipped and placed in front of its pile, action face up. You get 3 new number action combinations. When the draw piles are empty, shuffle the discard piles separately in order to create 3 new draw piles. 2. Pick and write down a number. Every player picks simultaneously and individually one of the 3 available combinations, which can be the same as another player or not. You must write down the number of the combination you picked in an empty space of the marking area of your adventure sheet. These spaces are grouped into different zones depending on the adventure you are playing. In each zone, the numbers must be placed in ascending order from the lowest number to the highest number. A number can never appear twice in the same zone. In a zone, you can leave as many empty spaces as you wish between 2 numbered spaces, then fill them later on as long as you keep respecting the ascending order. Likewise, you can skip some numbers, for instance, put an 8 just after a 6. If you can write down a number, you must do it. If not, then you must cross off one system error box and you cannot perform any action this turn. 3. Use the action. Once your number is written down, you can, but you don't have to, use the action of the combination. You will perform the same 6 actions in all adventures, but in different ways depending on the adventure you're playing. Here is the general description for each action. The robot action allows you to connect, build or explore different parts. The water and plant actions allow you to collect resources and earn points, but only if you write their number in specific spaces. Energy action allows you to improve other actions or their value. The astronaut action allows you to modify the value of the number of the chosen combination before you write it down by adding or subtracting 0, 1 or 2. The planning action allows you to fill in an additional space with an X on the same turn beside the space in which you have written down the number of your combination. The spaces filled up with an X are also considered numbered spaces. 4. Incidents. After performing an action, there could possibly be an incident phase. The effects or consequences that can be triggered during the different adventures are resolved at this moment. Accomplish a mission. The 3 mission cards are objectives that have been given to you by the Human Alliance. The first players to fulfill, during the same turn, the requirements of the mission can accomplish it. They write the highest value of the mission card in the corresponding A, B or C space on their sheet. Then the mission card is flipped on the mission accomplished side. From now on, those who accomplish a mission in a future turn will only get its lowest value. You can only accomplish each of the 3 missions once during the game. When you have accomplished a mission, you keep the points you earned, even if you do not meet the requirements anymore later on. Apart from specific endgame conditions specified in the adventure rules, the game ends if one of the players has accomplished all 3 missions, or crossed off all the system error boxes, or filled in all the spaces of the marking area. If you wish to play in a campaign mode and you do not want to have the story spoiled, stop this video and go back to it when the campaign will tell you to. Adventure 2. the journey. Well, your rocket has launched. Now, you must travel all the way to the moon. On your adventure sheet, you have the trajectory of your rocket from the Earth to the moon, lined up with water tanks and robots that connect the 4 space station providing plants, and the scoring area at the bottom right corner. At the beginning of the game, your trajectory is one long zone that you must number in ascending order from the Earth to the moon. The trajectory is way too long to be numbered completely. As the game progresses, with the energy action, see later on, you can split the trajectory into several smaller zones that you can number independently from each other. Remember, if you can write down a number, you must do it. If not, then you must cross off one system error box from top to bottom, and you cannot perform any action this turn. But with your first 2 system errors, you get each time 1 energy as a compensation. Immediately circle an energy symbol at the top of your sheet. If you have 2 circled energies, then you must immediately use them. We will see now how. The energy action allows you to circle 1 energy symbol at the top of your sheet. At the beginning of the game, you start with 1 energy already circled. Each time you have 2 circled energies, you must immediately cross them off, then divide a zone on your trajectory by drawing a line between 2 spaces of your choice, numbered or not. This line shows the end of one zone and the beginning of another one. This way, you will get shorter zones that you must number independently from one another. Water action. If you have written down the number of your combination in a space with a water tank, then with the water action, you can circle that water tank. Remember, you can always write down a number associated with a water action outside of the intended spaces. And conversely, you can write down a number associated with another action in a space intended for water action. But in both cases, you will not perform the water action. Robot action. No matter where you have written down the number of your combination, with this action, you can circle a robot sent towards any station of your choice. The first players to circle all the robots of a station during the same turn can circle the highest multiplier. The other players must then cross off this multiplier and will only be able to get the lowest multiplier. Plant action. Circle 1 plant in the station of your choice as long as the station is connected through the robots to the zone where you have written down your number. At the beginning of the game, you can reach all stations from any space on your trajectory, because the 4 stations are connected to the one and only zone that makes up your trajectory. But gradually, through the use of the energies, you will split your trajectory in multiple separate zones. Thus, each station will be connected only to a specific zone, and a plant action will only reach it if the number is written in this zone. Note that you can circle the plants of a station even though you have not circled all the robots for this station. Astronaut action. The astronaut action allows you to modify the value of the number of the chosen combination. Before you write it down, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. Moreover, cross off 1 astronaut symbol on the right side of your sheet. Whenever you have 2 crossed off astronauts, circle a wild action symbol. Planning action. The planning action allows you to fill in a space with an X in addition to the number of your combination. Moreover, cross off 1 planning symbol on the right side of your sheet. Whenever you have 2 crossed off plannings, circle a wild action symbol. Note that you cannot cross off a planning symbol without writing down an X in an empty space. Wild action. You can use a circled wild action whenever you want. To use it, cross it off. Then use any of the 6 possible actions instead of the one from your number action combination. At the end of the game, in addition to points earned for accomplished missions and penalty points lost for system errors, tally up your points in each scoring area as follows. Plants. For each space station, multiply the number of circled plants by the multiplier bonus that you have circled thanks to the robots. Be careful, if you have not circled all the robots for a station, you will not score anything for it. Water tank. Add up the value of each circled water tank. Longest completed zone. Score 1 point per numbered space for the longest completed zone with all numbered spaces on your trajectory. The most completed zones. Those who have filled in the most completed zones on their trajectory will earn 20 points, the second ones will earn 10 points, and the third ones will earn 5 points. You do not earn any point if you do not have at least one completed zone.